Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a todos. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I am the Spiritual Director and Founding Minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. Today is Saturday, June 26, 2021, and we're continuing with our annual theme, which is Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision. And the topic for this month of June has been the soul's call. The topic for this week is the soul's call to freedom. We open each week with a spiritual practice called affirmative prayer, also known as spiritual mind treatment. And this is a powerful tool and a practical tool that helps to shift our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept the good that is already present in our life. It aligns our thoughts with all good. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week, with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. Today, I'll be reading from June 25th, 2014. And just a reminder that spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. My world is expanding. Divine love brought forth the entirety of creation, all things, all people, all energy, and all love. As one of the unique and divine expressions of this love, I recognize that the abilities I have are powered by the essence of God in my life. I know my life is one continual expansion of knowledge and truth. I sow and reap. I put cause into motion, and my life experiences are the effect. As the universe continues to expand, my world is expanding. I breathe in the energy of God's light, and I let spirit move me forward. I have total trust in the process of God's love expanding through me. With humble awareness, yet great joy in my heart, I thank God for each moment, each day. My life is a gift that continually glows with love as I hold God tenderly in my heart and mind. This is my truth. I release it to law, and so it is. And that was submitted by Reverend Mary Mitchell from Redding, California. So now, as we also do each week, let's review together our purpose, vision, and mission statements. Our purpose is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. This is supported by our vision, which is to educate and support each other so we can create the life we desire that works for us right now. And we do this by means of our mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And again, I'd like to welcome everyone at this time, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Puerto Vallarta. Whether you're here on the Zoom call live or watching the replay at a later time, please know that everyone is welcome here, and we value each and every one of you. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living, we honor all aspects of life and all paths to the one. So it doesn't matter where you've come from, know that you are welcome here, no matter what. Here, we teach a philosophy called the science of mind, and it's based on new thought and ancient wisdom. And we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth. We've already experienced one of these tools with the opening spiritual mind treatment. And like I mentioned, we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes founded this teaching in the 1920s, he had studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts to create the science of mind, which focuses on the individual use of thought and this powerful thing called the mind. When he was asked to provide a concise definition of the science of mind teaching, he replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. Each week, we offer a service with an inspirational message. And in the past, we have done this at a downtown restaurant in Puerto Vallarta, but we are still required to wear a mask while outside our homes. So until we can comfortably meet together in public, we will continue to have these meetings via Zoom from my house. Mi casa is su casa. So welcome. Welcome to my home. We look forward to once again meeting in person so that we can just have a discussion afterwards and to enjoy some home-style Mexican cooking. Hopefully that will be soon. Just a heads up that we are still looking for a new location, but any changes will be mentioned at least a week prior here on our weekly message, as well as posted on our Facebook page and on our website. In the meantime, if you have any questions or comments, you can post them here online, wherever you are watching, or send me a direct email and I'll be sure to respond. Our evolutionary vision for this week from the Centers for Spiritual Living Global Vision is this. We see a world in which each and every person lives in alignment with his or her highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with God and connection with each other. A world in which individually and collectively we are called to a higher state of consciousness and action. Our timeless wisdom from the Science of Mind Principles course of concepts and values for this week is freedom. Freedom is the birthright of every individual. We are free to choose and create our experience of life. Carl Jung said, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens." The soul's call is this deeply intimate, challenging, exponentially powerful, and globally beneficial work we are invited to do each day. This is globally beneficial because when any one of us awakens, it affects and evolves the global consciousness. As it is for one, it is for all. Namaste is a clarion for the soul to express its beingness freely, boldly, unapologetically, and to be fully what already is. We must recognize the divine in ourselves, emancipate ourselves, and be the metaphysicians who heal ourselves first. Harriet Tubman could free others because she herself was free. In the Science of Mind textbook, Dr. Ernest Holmes said, "As the inner light dawns, it delivers the outer life from bondage. This is in line with the teaching that everything is from within out. When the soul knows freedom, the law will free the body, and the outer life will express health, happiness, and success. All things work for our good. Even that which we call evil is salutary, leading us to the way, the truth, and the life. Suffering should teach us a lesson, which would cause us to refrain from making more mistakes. It carries a blessing with it when we learn how to garner knowledge from experience. During the past few weeks, over 1,000 unmarked graves have been located within Canada. More than 150,000 children were forced into residential schools, and it's estimated that between 3,000 and 30,000 school deaths remain undocumented. These children did not ask for this. They were forced into this system of abuse, neglect, and death. This is not freedom. Systematic racism still exists throughout the world. All people of color, African Americans, Native Americans, Latinx, Asians, and other minorities face it every day. Systematic racism is ingrained in nearly every way, in policies and practices in institutions such as schools, banks, corporate companies, government agencies, and law enforcement. The disparity shows up in every facet of life, including education, employment, wealth, healthcare, and incarceration. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now that we know better, and we've actually known better for a long time, it is now time that we do better. There must be changes made in order for us to truly make this a world that works for everyone. Joel Goldsmith, in The Realization of Oneness, said, "The enlightenment that sets us free consists first of all in knowing that there is a divine power equally present in every individual, regardless of their nationality, race, or religion, regardless of whether they live in freedom or slavery, whether they are in prison or out, in a hospital or out. Within each one of us, there is a potential, this spiritual impulse, this kingdom, this presence and power, which the Master revealed would set us free." And in The Long Walk to Freedom, Nelson Mandela said, "For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others." Dr. Ernest Holmes said this in The Science of Mind: we are to see that spirit creates all things by the power of its own word, and that we are spiritual beings. We are to hear that inner voice of truth, which is ever proclaiming the freedom of all life, the eternal unity of God with man. So let's look at our 3 key points for this week. Number 1, be yourself. Number 2, we weren't born to fit in. And number 3, mistakes are blessings. So firstly, be yourself. The world will adapt. In the Netflix documentary Disclosure, transgender and non-binary people discuss what it was like to grow up seeing so few images of themselves in the media. The few role transgender actors that they received were often for prostitutes, psychopaths, or characters who were hiding their biological gender identity. Today, transgender people have more visibility and acceptance than ever before. Though there is still progress to be made, the universe has shifted to correspond with the community's demand to express itself authentically. Normalizing the they, them pronouns, expanding our definitions of gender and sexuality. Authentically, We are an embodiment of the divine. In the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, Deepak Chopra wrote this: to be grounded in this experience, you have to be grounded in the wisdom of uncertainty. In this uncertainty, you will find the freedom to create anything you want. And in The Untethered Soul, Michael Singer said this: the prerequisite to true freedom is to decide that you do not want to suffer anymore. You must decide that you want to enjoy your life and that there is no reason for stress, inner pain or fear. Our second point is we weren't born to fit in. We were born to stand out. In the song Born This Way, Lady Gaga sings, I'm beautiful in my way, because God makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track. Baby, I was born this way. Regardless of what anyone says, our unique gifts have a purpose. It's our responsibility to be ourselves. The more we express ourselves authentically, the more we inspire others to do the same. This is how we create a world that works for everyone. To be ourselves while showing unconditional love and acceptance for others who are expressing themselves authentically. Rita Mae Brown, in her autobiographical book, Ruby Fruit Jungle, said this: the most revolutionary thing you can do is to be yourself, to speak your truth, to open your arms to life, including the pain. The most revolutionary thing you can do is be yourself. And this leads us to our third point. Mistakes are blessings. They serve us as an opportunity for a lesson learned. The mistakes learned from the civil rights movements of the 1960s is being used as a guidance for the civil rights revolution we're living in today. The technology we've grown accustomed to, our cell phones, our computers, and electric cars, were all developed from lessons learned from the past. People around the world are showing unconditional love and acceptance to their LGBT plus loved ones after learning from the mistakes of previous generations. But there's still a long way to go. In Redefining Realness, Janet Mock wrote this: self-definition and self-determination is about the many varied decisions that we make to compose and journey toward ourselves. It's okay if your personal definition is in a constant state of flux. In Mexico, we say poco y poco, step by step. So our call to action is this: we are the world that we have been waiting for. Any challenges we've ever faced in our lives have prepared us for this moment. Now is the time to commit to showing up authentically and choose to live the life that we've dreamed, the life we've always dreamed of. The more of us that choose to live authentically, the more we inspire others to do the same. When we show unconditional love and acceptance to others, we are serving by example. If we want to see more unity, peace, and joy in the world, We have to commit to experiencing these qualities in our own lives, as within, so without. And so I'd like to leave you with this quote from Alice Walker in the movie The Color Purple. I am an expression of the divine, just like a peach is, just like a fish is. I have a right to be this way. And so for today, we have our affirmation. And that is, I consciously and confidently live my own truth. And so now is our time for our spiritual opportunity for paying back where we are spiritually fed. So all donations are gratefully received through our PayPal on our website or by mailing a check. So if you go into our our website, www.cslpv.org, on the landing page, you'll see a Donate Now button. When you click on that button, it will direct you to PayPal so that you can make your donation however you choose. And if you would like to still send in a written check, you can do so by addressing it to CSLPV number 403 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. So please join me in saying our offertory affirmations together. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So I know we've touched on many topics today. And if you would like to have a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment to assist you with change or processing any of this, please connect with me. Also, if you would like to commit to being a member of CSL Puerto Vallarta for this current year, or if you would like to be a member of our Board of Trustees, please contact me so that you can be sent the current form. So let's continue practicing peace. And we can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions can create ripples of peace all around us. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. May peace and love be with you. Namaste.